It's another one, myself, SK Vibemaker, Rinse FM, The Breakfast Show. And you know we bring through the best special guest, man. Mr. Kano's here.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm doing alright, you know. How you doing?
Alright, man. Good to speak to you again.
Of course. How's the top of 2020 treating you?
Not too bad, you know. Not too bad. Went on holiday, come back, and went on tour. So,
nice.
You know what I mean? Not too bad.
Up.
Yeah.
Are you a bit of a New Year's resolutions guy? Do you deal with those?
I've done it before. I ain't really done it this year. What did I do? I done vegetarian January last year.
Veganuary.
Nah, not vegan though. I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? Like, maybe
tough.
That's next year. Yeah, it's tough. But I haven't really done anything this year. You know what I mean?
So you're not generally a vegetarian?
Pescatarian. Yeah, at the moment. That's what it's been that way for a year and a bit. So you know what I mean?
How does it feel 6 months removed from the album being released? I mean, 6 months in.
Yeah,
Hoodies All Summer being out.
It feels good, man. Like really good, just to see how the album's grown with people. You know what I mean? Because I went on tour shortly after releasing the album, and now we're on tour again, and I can see that they know some of the songs way more than they did before. You know, tunes that I've now released videos for, like Pan Fried, and it started out with Class of Deja Trouble, then like Pan Fried and Can't Hold Me Down. Like those tunes are going off at the show. You know what I mean? So it's good, man. Like I can't complain. Like it's just been so positive, the feedback. Like
on SYM, you said this isn't for the culture, this is for the connoisseurs.
Yes.
I mean, that was a line that stuck out a lot for me.
Yeah.
Just expand on what you actually meant.
Not to say, what we do. We are culture. You know what I mean? And I feel like I remember gigs having to pop at some people just like, oh, do it for the culture, but really it's for themselves. You know what I mean? So it was like, look, it's not just about do it for the. When I say do it for the connoisseurs, this is for, the people that love music. You know what I mean? High taste levels in music, and I feel like that's some of like the ethos behind the production, and that kind of boundary pushing and those mixing of genres, and you see it on tour, and just the live element, and just that element of class that I feel that we brought on this album. It's for the connoisseurs, the people that really love music, you know what I mean? Like yourself, picking out lines, you know what I mean? It's not just about, tunes that bang in the club. Yeah, it's important to have those too, but just that music that could just grow with you, and just you learn something new every day from it, you know what I mean?
Because the production was quite tricky as well, man. A bit offbeat, not your usual type of production.
Yeah, like Teardrops, for instance.
Definitely.
The beat switching halfway, you know what I mean? Then coming back, but then ending with strings, It's like a journey. There's a journey within that track, but then there's a journey to the album. And that's something that we spoke about a lot, just just keeping it exciting, keeping people on their toes. Like sometimes you hear a tune and you know how it starts, so you kind of know how it's going to continue, you know what I mean? Same beat, and I'm not knocking that kind of music, but I just wanted to bring some kind of excitement, that edge of your seat stuff, you know what I mean?
For sure. And Teardrops is one of my favourite tracks on the album.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, man. Big tune.
Yeah.
So we're about to play some music. We are going to play Class of Deja. Just introduce this for us.
Yeah, well, this is another one that super goes off at the show. Class of Deja featuring Gets, that's my brother, and D-double-D, that's my idol.
Then my pre-me, I can see angles. Get money, get snakes by your ankles. Any cobras can get handled. Got enough raw sodas like dangles. Bun MCs, then bun candles. Keep it on wax, that's an idiot thing. Rather tump man up and don't talk about it. That's an inside box for your handball. Penalty, that's a penalty.
SK Vibemaker, Rinse FM, The Breakfast Show. Kano's in the building.
Yes.
Bright and early. I know you're an early guy anyway, so it's not a problem for you.
I wasn't this morning. I slept till about 1 this morning.
Oh, yeah?
We've just been having like 2 hour sleeps on that silly bunk that you get on the tour bus. It's not even a real sleep, you know what I mean? But usually I'm early. Usually I'm up early. If I get up real early, I go gym with Wretch, because he's an early
guy. An early don.
Yeah. But I usually get up early, go gym, and you know what I mean, crack on.
Class of Deja was definitely about the elements, you know what I mean, featuring you, Gets, and D-double. Some people don't know about the roof days, when you was on the roof.
On the roof,
you know what I mean? Early days, man. I mean, what do you take from that time and where you are now, man? I mean, if you could flash back, do you miss those days?
Not necessarily, you know. I mean, when I think back on it, I remember the fun that we had, and just that. I don't know. There's something quite pure in just doing it totally for fun, like not financial gain. You know what I mean? And it was just our hobby, and it's what we love to do. If we could have been there every day, then we would have. You know what I mean? So that kind of thing is hard to get back. You know what I mean? It's hard to emulate. It would be like I don't know. It's like Ronaldo or something playing, like thinking about the playground days when he used to play football in the playground. He just can't do that again. You know what I mean? It's just you can't do that again.
Real talk.
Yeah, it's too much at.
So you've
risk
collaborated.
in that. But yeah, it's cool. It was cool, and I met some people that became collaborators and friends for life. You know what I mean? So yeah, those
And
days
it's good
were-
to still be making music with them.
Yeah, that's why it was like super important, like for me, Gets and DWE, especially where we're coming from, Newham, like to do that tune together at a time like this. I think DWE spoke about it before, but I feel it was super important to show that unity as well, you know.
You've collaborated with Ray and Nephew, part of their Ray series as well.
Yeah.
You're their headline artist for this year.
Yeah, Ray residency. So this year, I guess I'll be kicking off the new Ray residency, and I'm super excited about it because, you know, as a part of that, I get to play a show from where I'm from. So we're going back to Newham, and as I've just spoke about, you know, D-Double and Gets, like we're taking it back to, you know, the roots, and just to play a show for the people there. And I feel like that's massively important. You know, as an artist, you grow and you expand and you go on tour and you travel to all these places, and just to see the growth is beautiful. You know what I mean? But you can't really forget a home, and these are some of the people that help build you. You know, because you know what it was all about. It was all about creating a buzz in your own ends first.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So to go back and play a show in Newham is like massively like exciting to me. So yeah, I'll be doing that as a part of the Ray residency, and can't wait.
Giving back to the community and connected with Jamaican culture as well.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Ray and Nephew are.
Yeah, those two things, you know what I mean, about giving back, and you know, all proceeds from this gig in terms of people buying tickets and even at the bar is going to go to local charities. And yeah, as you said, like the connection to Jamaica, I feel like it's kind of a beautiful partnership, because I feel like if you know me and you know my music, there's always a connection to Jamaican culture, you know, and Ray and Nephew is kind of like a brand that we've, you know, grown up with in the household, and you know, so it's great to see that they want to do things like this, you know, work with artists and let them take it back to their communities, and you know, especially me with, you know, a Jamaican mother and that loves Jamaica and goes over there all the time. Yeah, it's quite fitting, I believe.
I mean, I think you're in a sort of small category of artists outside of reggae dancehall that have managed to collaborate with Idonia, Vibes Cartel, and Popcaan. I mean, that's not no small thing. Have you got your eyes on any future reggae dancehall collaborations, like some of the newer artists?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, man. Like I think Massacre's hard. I like Ragging King. He's newish. Obviously, Coffee's there, kind of just doing major things at the moment. Just won that big award and stuff. I think it's something that I will probably continue to do throughout my career. You know what I mean? It's the music I love. You know, if he was to come round, if he was jump in my car or come around my house or my family's house, that's what we'll be playing. Mostly so. Yeah, purely because I'm a fan of the genre. I think I will, you know, work with people from it. But the people you mentioned are people that I rate highly, you know what I mean? I rate their artistry. Like Idonia, like I just think he's just lyrical genius.
Nuts.
And Cartel just like gifted beyond belief. And obviously Popcaan's, you know, flying the flag right now and you know, smashing it internationally as well. So that link up was super special to me as well.
There was a Hoodies All Summer documentary And on the documentary, there was a part where you was kicking some lyrics, your verse, to Popcaan. I don't know if you was trying to convince him to collaborate with you or whatever you was doing, but what did you learn from Popcaan when you was around him?
Yeah, I learned that everybody works differently. Yeah, firstly, when the night we went studio, I thought it was late at night. It was like early in the morning for him, you know what I mean? We ended up, we went studio like 3 a.m. or something like that. But that's when he wakes up and goes studio. So he likes to go studio when no one's up, you know what I mean? When I was doing my verse to him, it was because initially he was playing with a different chorus. You know what I mean? I had a good melody as well. But obviously he's doing it out of context. He doesn't really know what the album is about. So, but at first he didn't want to hear my lyrics because he didn't want it to sway him, you know. But after I was like, I don't know if it's really sitting lyrically with the rest of the album, whatever. He was like, I said, tell me what you're saying. You know what I mean? And then I said it. Then he was like, why didn't you tell me that from the beginning? Oh, what are you talking about? You didn't want to hear it. But so that's what that was about. And as soon as I finished the verse, he's like, got it, understood. Went in there and just like, yeah, the guy's genius, man. Like the melodies he comes up with, just amazing. And he's just got a nice aura about him and just a good energy, man.
A fun
People
guy.
gravitate towards him, you know what I mean? A real fun guy. Yeah.
The back-to-back at the end of the track was nice as well.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that part, man.
Yeah.
You get me? Well, let's play the track, man. Introduce this for us.
All right. Well, this one's called Can't Hold Me Down featuring Popcaan.
I'm thankful where I reach in life. Come and grow rough. Get the youth to fight the fight. Them can't hold me now. Can't hold me down. Them can't hold me now. Can't hold me down.
Bust a shot for a real one. I don't mean a gun finger, bust a real one. Them free butcher, we was raised on the real dons. Not all these little sums. Nah, black suit like I'm dressed for a killing.
SK Vibemaker, Rinse FM, The Breakfast Show. Kano's in the building, man.
There.
If I'm right, this is interview number 8.
Wow.
We've done 8 interviews, man. Man.
That's probably more than anyone else.
Jeez, man. I don't know, you've probably seen different sides of me over the years. I feel like you've grown a lot as well, man. You was quite mischievous in those early days, man.
Yeah, I probably spoke to some of my cousins 8 times in my life. Yeah.
Man, definitely, man. It goes like that sometimes, man, when you're just working, man.
Yeah.
So, SYM off the album. This track here is a crazy song, man. I mean, you're saying that this might be the chorus that you retire off.
Yeah.
To people that don't understand, what did you want people to take from that song, man?
Just really to embrace our journey. You know, that's really, talking about every entrance to a door has a footprint left by the ones that came before. You know, it's just conjuring up all those stories that I've heard from my mom and my uncles, and when they first came to the country, and kind of black people's, struggle to get to the point we are now. So it's about celebrating where we are now, but acknowledging, the efforts that and the stuff that people have gone through to allow us this life that we live. You know what I mean? And it's not to be complacent. Because there's so much more work to be done, and create our own legacies and help the next generation. But that's kind of what it was about, man. It's like, you can't just read the media and form an opinion on us. You know what I mean? That's why I think if you just love, doing this, if that's what you think, people just wake up and want to live in these circumstances, then you're completely wrong. There's always a reason why someone's going through, or someone makes a decision to do what they do. So it was just touching on that, really, and I kept grabbing you with a little bit of humor at the beginning, and then making you listen to some maybe harsh truths about our country.
SYM, it stands for your mum. You might be able to fill in the first bit, the gap, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of the the highest disrespects that you can get. I mean, if you're from like the Caribbean islands, you know what I'm saying? Why did you choose to title the song that?
The title just obviously came from the lyric, but I thought SYM was probably better than Spilling It Out.
For sure. Have you
Spilling It Out? But some people's like, oh, that tune's Sim. that Sime tune.
Imagine. Because there was like a little clip that went sort of viral online of you performing it live.
That was
as
on
well.
Jules Holland.
Yeah, on Jules Holland.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, mate, everyone was sending me that. I was like, that's hilarious. They're like, how could he be performing that on national TV? But that was a funny thing, because I don't know, I got the feeling that they was trying to like get us to not perform that one, but I was adamant that if we're gonna do it, that song's gonna,
it's got to be in there.
It's gonna be a part of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's no negotiations.
There's no negotiation.
Yeah, straight up. Is it hard or easy for you to keep a straight face when you're performing that live as well?
Yeah. Sometimes I laugh. Sometimes I laugh and I see, because it's got that like long piano intro. I can tell like the audience is like gearing up for it, you know what I mean? Like they might have been at the bar, but they're coming like,
for sure,
I'm gonna get my opportunity to sing this. Yeah, and it's not something you hear a choir sing too often, so it's quite shocking at that. But, yeah.
How much pressure do you feel to live up to this title of being a prime lyricist? Because you know, people expect that high tier lyricism when they press play on a Kano project. Do you feel much pressure to live up to that?
I don't know about pressure. I mean, that's what I expect from myself, you know what I mean? And if I can't, if I don't feel I can deliver on that, then I just won't, generally won't record anything, or even if I record something that I think is not really the one, I just wouldn't use it. Occasionally you might go off something years down the line or whatever, but yeah, the intention is always to, bring it and spit higher level lyrics, that for certain tunes, certain songs are a bit more fun, but you still want to, you don't want to lessen the quality of the technique, you know what I mean? So yeah, I always feel like I should bring it, and I love artists that do, like Gets, he's another one that, he always wants to body a tune, you know what I mean? It's just, there's always layers and depths to what he's saying, where if you just listen on the surface level, you can enjoy it, but like all of the MCs, like when we get around each other, we're like, oh yeah, brother, that little double entendre you used
sure.
Like Wretch is another one, Gigs is one. Like we're always like slyly competing with each other to have good verses, you know what I mean?
You know what? Talking of lyricism, I'm actually going to draw out a lyric that I feel like, for me, I feel embarrassed that I missed this one, yeah? On Trouble. The bar was like, it's all fun keeping scores when it's 1-0 till loved ones get duppied inside 9 nights.
Yeah.
To those that don't know what 9
1-0.
nights are. Yeah, 1-0. But 9 nights are like a Caribbean thing that happens when people pass away.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people miss a lot of the bars though?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that probably happens a lot. And I do sometimes, you know what I mean, listening to other artists, but I think that's the beauty of like having music that can last a bit of time, because people catch on, you know what I mean,
a bit later
sometimes, you know what I mean. I listen to like Reasonable Doubt all the time, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that he meant that, you know what I mean?
Straight up, for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so those little hidden gems are beautiful as well. Like when someone comes and tells an artist about a lyric, you're like, you got it, yeah.
For sure.
Know what I mean?
We spoke about Class of Deja before. Some of the Class of Deja, Wiley and Wretch 32, they've recently done books. Have you started considering like a book or anything like that? I don't know if you want to tell parts of your life.
Yeah, I've never really thought about a book in that kind of way, but I did want to, maybe like, I wanted to do a lyric book at some point, When I was young, I used to have a lyric books, you know what I mean? That was basically my English book, you know what I mean? In some, like, in class, that yellow rough book that I used to have and whatever. And that just became my lyric book. But I was thinking about maybe doing some kind of lyric book, maybe pictures in there, maybe explaining a little bit about, the stories behind the songs I've written and stuff like that.
Jay-Z had Decoded.
Yeah, Jay-Z had something like that. So yeah, I respect the, people that make books and just the, you know, the physicality of it, and it's something that's there, and it would last forever. You know what I mean? I love hardback books. I love coffee taper books. You know what I mean? I love things like that. But yeah, autobiography, I'm not sure. And then the next level, like the Akala, you know, the books
Deeper
like deeper. Like I love that book. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people that have come from, you know, our era, and have kind of branched out into becoming authors, and I think, man, it's amazing. You know what I mean? Super salute and respect to them. For sure. Shout out to all the readers. Now, 2020 started off with a boom, man. I don't know if you've been following much of the clashing. I don't think you've been able to avoid it. There was a big one, obviously, between like Stormzy and Wiley, and Yeezy's been going off as well, Prince of Grime freestyles. How do you feel about the clashing thing? And maybe even being sent for, someone calling out your name? Nah, I'm not into it myself. I'm not into it, you know what I mean? I was actually on holiday when all that was going on. So I was like, I see a couple clips here and there. Gets called me a couple of times as well. But yeah, so I was a bit removed from it. But so I wasn't here and in it when it was happening. But in terms of the clashing thing, I don't know. It's obviously part and parcel of the game. It can be part and parcel of the game at any given point in someone's career. I feel like it was a part of mine early on. You know, remember clashing Wiley on the steps. I was like 17 or whatever. But it's nothing I see myself doing now, to be honest. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. It's a part of grime. It's part of hip hop. But I just think there's so much more power in like just collaboration and unity. I don't know. That's what I think anyway. You're at SW4 Festival in August. A lot of people are looking forward to that as well. I mean, how much do you adjust your sets to the festival settings? Is there much of a change, or do you just take what you've been doing at your regular headline shows? I think a little bit of a change. I think when you're doing your own headline concert, you know, the entire room is there to see you. You probably could drop a lesser known tune if you want. You know what I mean? When you're doing a festival, people are there to see other people as well as you. So that might change things a little bit. But generally just do what we do. You know what I mean? When it comes to London, I might slip something in. It's like with this Ray residency with Ray Nephew, I feel I might do something there that I wouldn't do on the road, you know what I mean? Just something a little extra special. So I guess at every show you tweak it, you know, tweak it a little bit, and try and like cater to the people in the room. And sometimes you judge that on the day, like on stage, you might say, let's not go to that tune, or you know what I mean? Sometimes things like that happen. Hey man, power to power, man. I mean, you're going from strength to strength. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the album, the 6th album, not many artists get to their 6th album still powered up, man. So congratulations for that, man. Yeah, enough respect. Every time, bro, trust me. Big up. We're going to end up on 3 years later, the intro off the album. Just introduce this for us. Yes, this one's called 3 years later. As intros go, it's up there on my catalogue, innit? Definitely, man. I know you probably like Home Sweet Home intro. For sure. Do you know what? Someone was talking about Home Sweet Home intro the other day, and I was like, when the beat on it's like, I like the one on London Town, you know. Yeah. London Town. But this one, and when you perform, like this one's got another level, because when you perform it, it's like, it's different. Madness. So yeah, 3 years later, possibly my best intro. Check this one out.
Glass half empty, waking from dreams, chasing my fears. I ain't never cried so much tears in all these years. Success brings more stress, but vision's clear. But from almost 2020, my mother went in the rears. Big S-Class leather chairs, I'm in the rear. Driver, don't stop at all, but with your blares. Making dope, but my bros have in the mare. But as soon as bread bakes, it breaks, my brother's blessed. I would keep him in my prayers, but I don't pray. I put my hands together, but it's more like Birdman.